Give me a second. Okay, all right. I don't know what that was.
Was that the Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Hey guys, welcome to Nerd Locker Podcast, your entertainment podcast for everything movies, television, video games, and more. My name's Adam.
And I'm Oliver.
And today we're reviewing Ahsoka episodes 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, like, how excited were you for this series?
I've been waiting for it for like a while.
Like, did you want an Ahsoka series before she showed up in Mandalorian, or did you like start thinking of it then?
I started thinking of an Ahsoka series around when she was in Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what I wanted because I was like, ooh, I like this interaction between Anakin, Darth, and Ahsoka. So I was like, she's already an adult. Can you just...
Yeah.
And then when I saw her in Mando, I was like, oh, they have to. They have to.
So I mean, I didn't watch Clone Wars. I didn't watch Rebels. I know bits and pieces of it, but I guess I'm more excited just to see like where this is gonna go because I have a lot of theories going forward.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get to that a little bit later. But overall, so we start out with these they're not Sith.
No.
His name is what is it?
Last name's Skull. I forget
Skull.
his first name.
Bolin Skull.
We're doing great.
Bolin Skull. No. And just look it up.
I am. That's what I'm doing.
Look it up faster.
Bruh, can you give me a second? I am in the wrong website. Keep talking.
Okay, so they're not Sith. They have orange blades, which Dave Filonidi has come out and said that was done on purpose, and it was to show that they're like in between. Yes.
Balin Skull.
And
Shin Hati.
And Shin Hati. Okay, so they have orange blades, which very subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to. Really
it took me a little bit. I thought
after
they
I'm
were red.
told it is, then I see it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have seen it if I didn't.
It's crazy because I've seen yellow or like orange lightsabers before, and they looked different. And those
are
like
yellow.
Previous...
Those aren't orange. I don't think.
Again, because I've seen yellow before in other video games.
I think
they look different.
Maybe it's slowly turning red, like going to like a red orange kind of thing, and maybe like it's just showing like, oh, they're more Sith than
I don't know
Jedi, and then like it'll go to a yellow lightsaber if it becomes more Jedi. I don't know because this is so. Oh, this all gets into my theory. But anyways, so this skull is probably a part of Anakin's people, like during that time, and he fucking bulldozes through all of them, just like Vader.
Awesome.
And we see that he has a use of the Force that we haven't seen since Vader or Luke.
Right.
So it's like, man, this guy is powerful. So it just sucks we're not gonna get any more.
I know we're gonna get him once.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, rip Ray.
Yeah. So unfortunately, the actor Ray Stevenson did pass away. Back in May, after the filming of this had already been done, so they gave a tribute at the end of episode 1 for our friend Ray, which was really nice. He also played the Punisher in Punisher the sequel.
That's crazy.
So yeah. Then we move on to Ahsoka going to this desolate wasteland to find a map, which every time something was turned in this series so far, it's taken them like fucking
forever, like anything,
10 minutes to turn this shit.
And we're like, oh, okay. And then she does 2 more.
Yeah, it just keeps going. And it's just like, can you just, if you know where it's supposed to go, bah, bah, bah.
Like, you think you're gonna break it?
Like, you could have beat the droids afterwards if you would have gotten out of there sooner. You know? But anyways, and then we have her droid.
She also finds the map.
Yeah, she finds
the
map.
She hops out and ran into some HK droids.
Yes.
Which is a reference to back in Knights of the Old Republic.
Which, when they blow up, at first I thought, like, damn, these droids can nuke. But it's the suit, like, whatever it is on the ground, probably ignited it.
Oh,
I
it-
think
dude.
like since it was hiding the map, that planet
It
was
was
prone to just like
humongous
to blow
explosion.
up, kind of thing.
It was crazy. I was like, she's safe. That was yeah. It was so
And just
cool.
fucking Mission Impossible.
But then yes, she's assisted by a droid
From Clone Wars.
from Clone Wars.
Teacher.
He's taught younglings.
Yes.
And didn't
about
kill them.
lightsabers and kyber crystals.
Mm-hmm.
And so we go forward, and she goes to see, from Clone Wars. What's her name? See, I have the excuse of not knowing.
From Clone. Wait, who? Oh, wait, I thought we were going.
Green.
Oh yeah.
Ren.
Nope. Commander.
See, I have the excuse.
I've been really bad with names
of
lately.
not watching Clone Wars or
Dude,
Rebels.
I saw Clone Wars
And this guy
on release.
over here, just not knowing. He's supposed to be. He's wearing a Star Wars shirt.
Yeah, I don't think
He's
I'm
wearing
a
a
Star Wars guy
Darth
anymore.
Vader
I might
shirt.
retire here after this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never again. No more Ahsoka from now on.
No, I'll watch it. I just won't know anything. It's just like Marvel. There's just too much now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess that, and it's also like the names are not as easy to remember as like Iron Man and Thor.
Oh wow. I mean.
So, but this guy, just the cast of the episode 1, like that's all.
Oh yeah, I could do that. You know what I'm doing? You know what I did? I put in Commander in Rebels. She's not even a Commander in Rebels.
Can you do your job right?
I can't, man. It's been so much working. I'm losing my mind. Okay.
You're
Okay, we're
sweating,
getting there.
bud.
Dude, I am sweating. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Yo. I don't want this. I swear to God. Don't. Stop. Cast characters. No. 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 I don't know what I'm looking at. No. No. Oh my God. Yo, honestly, I give up. You look it up.
Okay, so as of right now, I will now have these up here. Hera,
I just found
Syndulla,
it. Man, Wiki sucks.
and so anyways, she goes to meet Hera, and Hera talks to her about finding probably Sabine, about all this stuff, and they talk about how Ezra perished like at the end of season 2 of Rebels, supposedly. And Sabine is supposed to be introduced by Clancy Brown, who voiced him in Rebels as well as portrayed him in live action, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that is neat.
Even though the guy that he talked to afterwards, I forget his name. He's like, "Oh, go talk to the rest of them." I doubt it's on this list. Hold on.
Talk to the rest. Wait, when did he say that?
He said that to like the young kid with him that was standing up there.
The senator.
Yeah. So that young kid is it's Matt Law. So Captain Porter, wait, no. Is he? No. Nope, not on there.
Okay.
So anyways, he goes up, and he was also in Rebels but voiced by Dante Bosco, so it's really sucks
that's
that they
kinda
couldn't
cool.
have gotten him to come in to play that. But yeah, so we know we're also going to get Seb because we saw him in Mandalorian.
Right.
So we
That's
know
gonna happen. Yeah.
yeah, we know he's going to show up. And we go forward to Sabine, basically hasn't done anything in a while since Ezra apparently died and everything. And she gets the map, which shows her basically where Thrawn is, as
And
well as
supposedly
where
Ezra.
And after she figures that out, she gets ambushed by droids.
By more HK droids.
Yes, who come in and like fucking mafioso, like come and grab it.
Dude, yeah, I know, right? I was like, what is this, Scarface? What's happening over here?
Seriously. And then she ends up going against the apprentice,
Rise, Hati.
and she uses Ezra's lightsaber.
Yeah, which she hasn't used in forever.
Yeah, which shows that she fucking just
She played super aggressively, whereas Hati was super like patient about it.
Yeah.
And we just saw Hati just fuck up people.
But the thing is I thought definitely that she was going to die just because like Maria Hill was killed
in the first.
Spoilers for
Well,
Secret Invasion.
if you know us, we're talking about
Yeah.
spoilers.
That's all we do here. So they leave it with that, and then fast forward to the next episode, and she wakes in the hospital, and we get a little bit more of what we find out with Morgan Elsbeth, who she is a witch.
Knighthood.
So that's canon now, more canon than it has been, and which means we probably have a different side of the Force that's other than, which kind of also proves that the Force is magic.
Yeah.
And
Just depends on like your belief, I guess.
So I'm assuming that she's the one that helped this guy's skull get so good. Like that's what I'm gonna assume. But I have a whole theory of how this is all going to join together.
Okay, what do you got?
I know where this is going. But before we do that, here's a word from our sponsors.
Thank you for BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you can just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to a therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional cost. With BetterHelp, you can get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom-picked for you. Any scheduling flexibility and at a more affordable price. Just get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/nerdlocker. The link is going to be right down below in the description. Man, I can't believe how addicting Cinnamon Toast Crunch is.
Right?
What are you wearing?
A shirt?
You're into scary movies, right?
Kinda.
I see it. Anyway, there's a sick brand that I know of. They make a bunch of like horror-esque type of. Here, I tell you what. Let me just. Better.
Oh. I like that. That's cool.
You know who makes that?
Who?
7th Ink.
Really?
All artwork, original.
Whoa, that's
you got little bats on you.
But what about you?
What about me?
Oh. But what about your mask? Oh. Well,
Get off the dipshit.
I mean, these shirts are awesome though. Like they're really comfortable. They fit nice. Like
honestly,
this is great.
One at you. This is pretty lightweight. They don't shrink. And
yeah.
It's just like come on, just look at me.
This is great. You know what? Want to grab some popcorn and watch a scary movie?
What's your favorite scary movie? What the was that?
Oh, that whole that thing.
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, I don't know.
What? I need to move this.
It's just like
what is? What are you juggling air?
I don't know. It's like it's like I caught it. It I
is
don't.
Is it a song?
Is
it from a song?
I don't know.
And then what's this? What is that from?
That's dabbing, I think.
I thought
that is also like this, where people.
What is that? Why is everything drugs? Dabbing this?
I don't know.
I hate this.
Anyways, and we're back. So, basically, my theory is this. We know that everything is leading to a movie. Dave Filoni's doing a movie that's going to accumulate all of this timeline and give it something, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We also know we have a Rey movie coming out.
Right.
Yes. Okay. So, this is my theory.
Just one, or is it like a trilogy for Rey?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But stay with me, okay?
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
All right. So.
You have to stretch.
Okay, so we know we have red lightsabers, right? That's Sith.
Okay.
We got green, blue, Jedi, right?
Okay.
Then you got the dark saber, which is a different kind of thing, which is kind of in the middle, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly
Mace Windu had a purple one.
That's
Kinda in the middle.
That's just Mace Windu.
Wait a minute. Kinda in the middle of Jedi Sith.
Okay.
Then you go to Rey, yellow, kinda in the middle, Jedi Sith, right? It's all these little kinda in the middle.
Does Rey have yellow?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, so now we have all these like other color lightsabers that tend to show in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
like some other
Don't
in
forget white.
between, white as well.
Yeah.
Anyone that's had a white one. So regardless, you have all these different things, which I think the dark saber falls into that category as well.
Probably.
Yeah. So it's like that weird way of like kyber crystal that's like neither or. I feel like the darker it is, the more towards Sith you are, Mace Windu and these guys, like a darker hue essentially. And then you have the lighter colors, which are like the yellow and the white, that go towards more of the Jedi side.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you have that, right? You have these all coming together. So you have Mando's characters, all this stuff. So we come to a point where we're rewriting what, because we know that by the end of the the new trilogy, Jedi and Sith basically no longer exist.
Right.
So how did we get to that point, and what does that technically mean? I think that like the ushering of that new era is through this movie. So this will probably, I think, either lead up to the Rey thing or just it's going to coincide. And I think that's by introducing a new side of the Force and showing that some of these characters have that. So you have your Ahsoka,
Mm-hmm.
white.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You have your Mandalorian. You have these guys, these bad guys,
Mm-hmm.
because they probably are fighting for us and we don't even know it because they're not really on either side. So you have that, and all of this works with whatever this ancient force was, this magic, and how you can use it and not be tethered to a dark or a light side. And I think that's what they're going to figure out, is how to become better than either Sith or Jedi is by being in the middle. And I think that's going to lead, and whatever they realize out of that, that gets that comes all together by that Dave Filoni movie, will then be more further established into Rey's movie, where she's teaching new Jedi, which is probably a way of not having one or the other, whatever she ends up calling it.
Do you think so? Basically, they're going to get rid of Jedi entirely and maybe call them like Guardians, for example.
Maybe, yeah.
So that to further add to that, the reason why Ahsoka left the Jedi Order was because Jedi were pinning her on something that she didn't do, and she's like, "Yo, you guys suck."
Yeah.
And then that's why she left. It's such a good episode. So, like, I mean, they could be trying to restructure this whole organization or organism, even to like that. It seems plausible because now we're getting into a lot of different colors.
Because the thing is, too, you think about it, like at the end of the new trilogy, you had the death of Luke Skywalker in Episode 8, which was the last Jedi, and that was true. That was the last Jedi. Because Leia also died, or wasn't really. She was kind of in the middle too, Leia, because she kind of used the Force. That stupid fucking scene.
I didn't like it either.
But regardless,
we don't talk about that.
Yeah. So Bruno aside.
Oh, dang it.
And we go into this like weird realm. So we have Luke's dead, and then technically the last Sith, or even Last Jedi again and die, is Ben Solo and or Palpatine.
Palps.
Because Palps would be the last Sith, and the way that Ben died would be the last Jedi again, kind of thing.
Well, hold on.
He went out
because technically
as a hero.
Isn't, well, I don't know. Did Ben Solo die?
Yeah.
Yo, I have to rewatch shit, man.
Wow. Okay. But yeah, he's dead. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that this is where this is all going to. This is going to figure out a new, and this is a way, just like we were talking about with the MCU, this is Star Wars' way of hitting
reset.
Yeah. And not caring about anything before.
Right.
So everything can live on its own. Because another thing I wanted to bring up that we didn't really touch on, the Lando series is still a go, and apparently Donald Glover and his brother are going to be writing it, just like they wrote Atlanta. So I could just imagine.
Yo, what up? This is America.
Well, Atlanta is definitely a very like.
Atlanta's good.
There's some comedy in it, but it's mostly drama. Like it's gonna be a good show. That's the case. So I'm excited for that. But that also can live like in or without the continuity. Like it doesn't really matter, because if they end up, that's one other thing before we go out. Last theory about this is Thrawn not going where but when. Was it time travel?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's somewhere in the past and ruling with an iron fist, which is why he hasn't tried to come back so soon. And maybe Ezra went with. So who knows where that's going? And if they
Right.
do
I mean,
introduce time travel, then they could bring in characters that they want to into this new Rey movies, whether it be 1 or 2, 3, whatever it is. But you could bring in Lando. You could bring in anyone that you want, like those, whatever's successful, Mando.
yeah.
You could bring in all these people through time travel and bring them into the present day and let Rey like phase out if no one wants her, or just stay in, and they could just be legacy characters.
Mm-hmm.
Again, soft reboot.
Yeah. What do you think of it? Do you like it?
I think coming from someone just like you are with Marvel, coming from someone that's kind of also hitting the fatigue, because I still haven't seen Clone Wars, I still haven't seen Rebels, I still haven't seen Andor. Like, I haven't seen a couple of different things, and it's just like, it's a lot to keep up with, and it's a much, much, much bigger world than Marvel. Like right now, even with a multiverse right now, it's just still a lot.
Is there? There's no way there's more Star Wars in Marvel.
I'm talking about through movies right now.
Oh, okay.
Through movies, television, all that stuff. Like, there's more to keep track of with Star Wars, because Star Wars is a very jaded timeline constantly. So it's not like you could watch it in unison like Marvel right now, because like you have things that are coming out in the past, then things that are coming out from the future, and more things coming out from even further in the past. So it's like, and they're not in any kind of order. It's just random.
Look up the order. Watch
You
it chronologically.
yourself couldn't even do that.
I'm just behind. I have after.
But the thing is every time you watch it chronologically, then you got to go plug in this other one wherever it's supposed to go.
What do you mean plug in?
Like, if another movie comes out. So right now you have Ahsoka's happening after episode 6, but before episode 7. Even though episode 7 came out almost 10 years ago and episode 6 came out 40 years ago. So it's like we're still getting things that technically took place after stuff that came out 40 years ago. So now you got to go watch then the stuff that came out in 2015
But
to
that's
get
not
that timeline. But whereas Marvel, every time they release something, for the most part, mostly, because I know there are some, it's after this, after this, after this, after this, after this.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit easier to keep up with it going to the theater. I'm talking about theater. I'm not talking about streaming.
Oh.
It's about theater, which
People
is
go to theaters?
yes, they still do. So I'm talking about like theaters, because not everyone subscribes to Disney Plus. I'm talking about even in theaters, because now they're gonna release this movie that literally, if you have not watched The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Book of Boba Fett, if it's all those characters, then you're not gonna know what's going on.
It's the same thing with Marvel.
They've already introduced those characters.
Not all the time.
None of them so far have crossed over.
Let's put it in the comments. What's more complicated to track, Star Wars or Marvel?
Yeah.
And I'll put it in Discord too.
Okay, that's fine. But the thing is now listen to this. Tell me of one character in Marvel that started in a TV series like on Disney Plus that has come over to the movies yet.
I don't even know the TV show. That's a terrible show.
Moon Knight is a new character. You have
But his
She-Hulk.
TV show, he's a TV show.
No, I'm saying, I just want to say.
Oh, I thought you meant vice versa.
No, but what I'm explaining to you is that none of those TV show new Marvel characters have crossed into a movie yet for someone to be like, wait, who is that?
Oh, okay.
Because even with Kang, you didn't need to know about He Who Remains to know who Kang was, because they gave you that exposition already. So they still went out of their way to make sure you didn't have to watch both to keep up. Whereas with Star Wars, if they bring out this Dave Filoni movie, there's 3 different series that are coming together. That if you don't know any of those characters, if you never watched Rebels, never watched Clone Wars, didn't even know animation was going to live action, don't have a Disney Plus subscription, that movie might fail because not many people are going to go see it except for those people.
Unless they don't release it in theaters.
They are definitely, they already said they're releasing it in theaters. So like the only thing I could think of is if they start like doing what they do sometimes on Hulu, where they give the first couple episodes of something free for people to watch on Hulu that don't have Disney Plus, just to see. That could be a thing. Or I don't know, maybe they just keep pushing to get more Disney Plus subscribers till they hit their gap.
Probably.
But other than that, what do you give it?
A 7.
I give it a 7 as well, and that's because of the long
Shots.
long shots and too many butt
Did
shots.
not need to be an hour long.
Yeah, no. All right, where can they find you?
You can find me at what can you find me? Oh, the Sphere 21 on any social media platform except for TikTok. I am Oliver Kahn VA.
And you can find me at AMR Photography. You can find the studio at Archangel Studios Official, and you can find this podcast at Nerd Locker Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
What was this? Are you? Is it below you?
No, it's just a description.
Oh, okay.
In the description.
Fuck
you.
Get the fuck out
Bye,
of here.
guys.